Welcome to the 17th edition of IZINA. Please welcome your hosts Sandrine Isheja and Emmanuel Ruhumuliza.
Reka mbasuhuze n'abaha ikaze muri uyu muhanga wo kwita izina ku nshuro ya 17. Nitwa Sandrine Isheja Butera.
And my name is Emmanuel Ruhumuliza.
Dufatanije nitwe tugiye kuyobora uyu muhango kwishimira intambwe imaze guterwa mu kubungabunga ibidukikije ndetse no guteza imbere ubukerarugendo. Turabatembereza mu mashyamba y'u Rwanda azwimo kugwamo imvura nyinshi. Twite izina abana b'ingagi 24 dufatanije n'inshuti zacu ziri hirya no hino ku isi zikurikiye uyu muhango.
Urakoze cyane Sandrine, and happy World Gorilla Day to you.
Umunsi mwiza wo kwita ku ngagi kuri twese.
Now, for almost 2 decades, Rwandans have come together to name baby gorillas and to also celebrate the communities that live around the Volcanoes National Park, as well as the park staff, who include the rangers, the guides, the trackers, the porters, the vets, conservationists, and research partners, all who work tirelessly every day around the year to protect the magnificent mountain gorillas. We have so much to look forward to.
Nibyo rwose tubahishiye byinshi. Kwita izina n'umunsi isi yose yigiramo ibyerekeranye no kubungabunga ibidukikije, ariko by'umwihariko uko twita ku ngagi zo mu misozi miremire ndetse tunarinda indiri yazo kugira ngo zirusheho kwisanzura.
Indeed, and this is why IZINA is actually a global celebration of conservation and our commitment to protect the mountain gorillas as well as their habitat. Now, the person we're going to hear from first knows this much better than I do. She is passionate about conservation and the development of the communities that live around the Volcanoes National Park. Her name is Honorable Dansira Nyarugero, and she is the governor of Rwanda's northern province, where she joins us from right now. Welcome, Honorable Dansir.
Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika, abashyitsi bahire, bafatanya ibikorwa muri urugendo rwo kubungabunga ibidukikije no guteza imbere ubukerarugendo, tubahaye ikaze mu ntara y'Amajyaruguru, by'umwihariko muri aka karere ka Musanze, mu murenge wa Kinigi, umwe mu mirenge 12 parike y'igihugu y'ibirunga ibarizwamo. Kuri uyu munsi wo kwita izina abana b'ingagi ku nshuro 17, twongeye kubashimira kuba mwaje kwifatanya natwe, cyane cyane no kureba ibyiza u Rwanda rumaze kugeraho mu kubungabunga ibidukikije, by'umwihariko mu guteza imbere ubuzima bw'ingagi buboneka mu misozi miremire y'ibirunga duhereye muri uyu munsi. Abashyitsi bahire, iki gikorwa cyagiye gishoboka kubw'ubufatanye bw'abaturage ndetse n'abandi bafatanyabikorwa bagiye bakomeza kurinda no kubungabunga urusobe rw'ibinyabuzima bibarizwa muri misozi miremire y'ibirunga, by'umwihariko ingagi. Akaba n'umwanya mwiza wo kugira ngo mu ntara y'Amajyaruguru tubagaragarize uburyo tumaze kugera ku iterambere rirambye kandi ryihuse tubikesha uburyo twakomeje gufatanya n'abafatanyabikorwa bose, by'umwihariko ubuyobozi bwiza bw'igihugu cyacu butahwemye kubungabunga ingagi zibarizwa mu misozi miremire y'ibirunga. Ahangaha ibyagezweho ni byinshi abaturage bishimira bo mu ntara y'Amajyaruguru, by'umwihariko mu karere ka Musanze. Turebye amazu meza yubatswe, umudugudu mwiza w'igikundiro w'akataraboneka IDP Nigimodo Village duhetse gutaha mu kwezi kwa karindwi, amazu meza cyane, harimo ikigo nderabuzima, harimo amashuri meza ndetse n'agakiriro, ku buryo n'abanyamahanga bari kuva impande n'impande bakaza kureba uyu mudugudu mwiza w'igikundiro. Umusaruro ukomoka mu bukerarugendo bukorerwa muri parike y'ibirunga, igice kimwe gihabwa abaturage binyuze mu mishinga itandukanye kugira ngo nabo biteze imbere. Ahangaha twavuga ko uhereye muri 2005 hamaze guterwa inkunga imishinga igera kuri 462 yafashije mu bikorwa bitandukanye, haba mu bikorwa by'ubuhinzi, mu bikorwa by'ubworozi, mu bikorwa by'ubukorikori. Aho ngaho abaturage b'intara y'Amajyaruguru bakabashimira rwose ibyo byiza n'iryo terambere rirambye kandi ryihuse bamaze kugeraho, babikesha kubungabunga ndetse n'ubukerarugendo biri gukorerwa muri parike y'ibirunga. Ahangaha ntitwakwibagirwa ko kubw'ibikorwa bikorerwa muri parike y'ibirunga, abaturage benshi baturiye parike y'ibirunga babonye akazi gatandukanye, ari ugukora isuku muri parike y'ibirunga ndetse no gufasha ba mukerarugendo mu nzira zitari zimwe, ku buryo bagiye biteza imbere. Ibi bikanatwereka by'ukuri ko habaye igikorwa cy'indashyikirwa, aho n'imibereho myiza y'abaturage yagiye izamuka ndetse n'imyumvire y'abaturage igahinduka. Ntitwakwibagirwa kandi ibikorwa by'indashyikirwa, cyane cyane ibikorwa by'amajyambere, ibikorwa remezo, amahoteli meza yarubatswe. Dufite amahoteli menshi ahangaha mu karere ka Musanze ndetse amahoteli ari mu rwego mpuzamahanga, aho dufite amahoteli agera kuri 3 ari ku rwego rw'inyenyeri 5, ku buryo rwose n'abavuye ku mpera z'isi bayishimira cyane. Bashyitsi bahire, twongeye kubashimira ko mwaje kwishimira natwe, by'umwihariko nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika, tunabatumira ko nyuma y'uyu munsi nk'uko mujya mudusura, mwakomeza kujya kudusura umunsi ku munsi, kugira ngo n'abashyitsi bavuye ahandi barebe ibyiza bitatse u Rwanda, by'umwihariko ibyiza nyaburanga bibarizwa hano mu ntara y'Amajyaruguru, ari ingagi ziri mu imisozi miremire, inyoni nziza zibarizwamo, urwererane rw'ibireti ahangaha, ubuvumo n'ibindi byiza byinshi bibarizwa muri ntara y'Amajyaruguru, byaba impamvu nyamukuru gutuma amahanga yose aza kureba uruhare rukomeye igihugu cyacu cyagize mu kubungabunga urusobe rw'ibinyabuzima. Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika, twongeye kubashimira, murakoze, mugira amahoro y'Imana.
Murakaza neza muri Parike Nationale y'Ibirunga yamamaye kubera ingagi zo mu birunga. Ubu ngubu muri Parike Nationale y'Ibirunga harimo imiryango 22 y'ingagi. Uyu munsi turita ingagi ku nshuro ya 17, tukaba twita ingagi 24 n'utwana, n'uduhungu, n'udukobwa. Utu dukwana rero 24 duturuka mu miryango 14, harimo udukobwa 11 n'uduhungu 13. Murakoze.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Acting Chief Tourism Officer of the Rwanda Development Board, Ariella Kajeruka.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Rwandans and friends of Rwanda, partners in tourism and conservation, it's a pleasure to be with you to celebrate the 17th IZINA. Thank you for joining us virtually to name 24 baby mountain gorillas and to recognize the impact that community-led conservation has had on the protection of wilderness areas across Rwanda. IZINA is inspired by a rich tradition. In our culture, giving a name is a powerful act of love and a commitment to protect and nurture the child's well-being. For the mountain gorillas being named today, we are making that same commitment to protect them and their habitat today and into the future. We are grateful to the namers and the many special guests and the artists helping us to celebrate this year's IZINA. Murakoze, thank you. Rwanda's conservation model is unique. We protect our wildlife by investing in our people. That is the foundation of the conservation efforts that have seen the mountain gorilla population thrive. We'd not be here today without the communities living around the national parks, especially the Volcanoes National Park, that help us protect these majestic animals and all the flora and fauna that call the park home. Turashimira cyane abanyarwanda uruhare rwabo cyane cyane abaturiye parike zose z'igihugu mu kubungabunga urusobe rw'ibinyabuzima. Niwo musingi w'ibyiza twizihiza uyu munsi, harimo no kuba ingagi zikomeje kubaho neza kandi zikiyongera. There is no denying the COVID-19 pandemic has significantly impacted Rwanda's tourism industry. However, the health of the mountain gorillas and the transformation of the communities remain our top priority. We are proud the gorillas are safe and healthy, and that we have continued to implement the tourism revenue sharing program despite the challenges faced. This was made possible by our valued partners, from research and veterinary organizations to conservation NGOs, investors, development partners, and the many generous individuals. We are so grateful for your continued support during these difficult times. Just like the mountain gorillas, Rwanda's tourism and hospitality industry is resilient. We are implementing a range of initiatives to ensure a robust recovery underpinned by a focus on public health. We are also prioritizing new revenue streams that fund conservation, as well as diversify our tourism experiences. This presents exciting opportunities for investment and innovation by the private sector. Today's IZINA ceremony offers us the chance to also celebrate some of the exciting developments in conservation over the last 12 months. We're incredibly proud that Rwanda's newest national park, Gishwati Mukura, was designated a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, recognizing its immense biodiversity. We were pleased to expand our partnership with the African Parks Network to Nyungwe National Park, and to continue working together on the restoration of the Akagera National Park, which has seen the return of numerous species. The expansion of the Volcanoes National Park is also progressing well, and we invite partners and investors to join us in this ambitious endeavor. This week, partners in the wildlife conservation and the wildlife economy came together for the Business of Conservation Conference, organized in partnership with the African Leadership University. Together, we made a strong call for investments in human capital, policy changes, and increased financial capital for conservation. Thank you to all attendees for sharing your wisdom and invaluable insights. I wish to conclude by inviting the world to visit Rwanda, to explore the beauty of our country and experience our vibrant culture. Safe and seamless experiences await everyone who visits Rwanda. Mu gusoza, nagira ngo nkangurira abanyarwanda gusura ibyiza bitatse u Rwanda. Mukomeze mwitabire gahunda ya tembera u Rwanda, mumenye igihugu cyacu, mumenye ibyiza gitunze, ndetse mubikangurire n'abandi. Murakoze, thank you, happy IZINA, and a happy World Gorilla Day.
Murakoze cyane Honorable Dansira, murakoze Prosper ndetse na Ariela, murakoze cyane kutugaragariza urukundo mukunda ingagi no kudusobanurira ibijyanye n'imiryango yazo. Zifite utwana duteye imbabazi twiza cyane. Nukuri buri munsi mufatanya n'ibihumbi by'abantu bari hirya no hino ku isi mu kwita ku ngagi n'indiri yazo, imbaraga mushyiramo ni somo kuri benshi.
They really are cute, aren't they? It's now time to meet our distinguished namers for this year's IZINA ceremony. Now, these are men and women who are making an enormous contribution in their communities all over the world. And to introduce these very, very remarkable individuals, we'll be joined by some special guests.
Nibyo rwose Emmanuel, uyu mwaka mu kwita izina hari abari butwakirire abari bwita abana b'ingagi amazina. Ugiye kutwakirira icyiciro cya mbere n'umwana w'u Rwanda, n'umuhanzi ukunzwe cyane mu Rwanda, ndetse mu myaka yashize nawe ubwe hari umwana w'ingagi yigeze kwita izina. Munyemerere twakire Medi.
Mwiriwe Rwanda. Good evening. It's Medi here, and I'm honored to join you for this year's kwita IZINA. Tonight is the night of nights for Rwanda's mountain gorillas and the conservationists that protect them and their habitat. 2 years ago, I had a privilege of naming a baby gorilla from the Musirikare family. It was incredible to stand at the foothills of Volcanoes National Park and name a baby gorilla Inkora Mutima, which means close at heart. That's why kwita IZINA remain close to my heart. I am excited to introduce the first group of namers for this year's kwita IZINA ceremony. The people you're about to meet, they have led their countries to victory on the basketball court and paved the way for young bowlers to play in front of millions of fans around the world. They have produced chart-topping hits and are empowering emerging artists across the continent. They have also led groundbreaking conservation and biodiversity research and teaching programs and brought lions and rhinos back to Rwanda from local extinction. They are true champions in their field, and I can't wait to hear the names they give to the new generation of mountain gorillas. Happy kwita IZINA.
Nejejwe cyane uyu munsi no kugira uruhare mu birori byo kwita izina abana b'ingagi. Umwana ngiye kwita nyina yitwa Ururabo no mu muryango w'igisha. Nkaba nahisemo kumwita Inkomezi. Iri zina Inkomezi narihisemo ngamije gushimangira ko gukorana n'inzego n'abafatanyabikorwa banyuranye ari inkomezi mu rugamba rwo kubungabunga ibisobe by'ibinyabuzima bitandukanye mu Rwanda. Bizanshimisha cyane gusura Inkomezi mu muryango wayo muri parike y'Ibirunga kandi gufatanya n'abandi kuyibungabunga bizantera ishema.
Hello everyone, Muraho. I'm honored to name a baby gorilla for this year's kwita IZINA ceremony. The baby I'll be naming comes from the Agashia family, and the name I have chosen is Rinda. This name means preserve, and it resonates with the pledge from park rangers and local communities to preserve the wildlife and socio-economic achievement to ensure sustainable conservation of the mountain gorillas. I can't wait to visit Rwanda and meet baby Rinda in its natural habitat in the Volcanoes National Parks.
Hello everyone, Muraho. I am honored to name a baby gorilla for this year's kwita IZINA ceremony. The baby I'll be naming comes from the Kwitonda family, and the name which I am giving her is Sangoa, which means welcome, and is given to the new baby gorilla as a valuable addition not only to the singular family but to the entire mountain gorilla population. I look forward to visit Rwanda once again and to meet baby Sangoa in her home in Volcanoes National Park. Last but not the least, I want to wish everyone a happy Gorilla Day and encourage everybody to play their part in protecting nature and wildlife. My name is Mr. IZINA.
Muraho. Welcome everybody. I'm very pleased to be here today participating in the celebration of the baby naming ceremony kwita IZINA 2021. The baby gorilla is from the family Nahambara, and the name that I have chosen is Twirinde. Twirinde means protection, and this honors the park staff and their commitment to the hygiene and safety for themselves, their families, and the community to help protect the mountain gorillas. I'm very much looking forward to visiting the mountain gorillas again and the family in Ntambara and visiting this new baby. And I want to close by saying what an honor it is to participate here, because this event honors the Rwandan culture as well as the amazing biodiversity conservation efforts in the country. For when we conserve mountain gorillas, we also protect the entire Volcanoes National Park. Thank you.
Muraho. I'm honored, thrilled and excited to be naming a baby gorilla this year at the kwita IZINA ceremony. The name I'm giving is Ingabire, from the Isimbi family. Ingabire means gift. The name symbolizes the celebration of the birth of a baby in Rwandan culture, just like many other cultures. This also applies to the gorillas, as their numbers are positively increasing year by year. Conservation needs all the help it can get from the preservation of gorillas and other endangered species. Through kwita IZINA, Rwanda is again highlighting its lead in the continent on how to do conservation and look after nature.
Next up is a video showcasing Gishwati Mukura National Park, Rwanda's newest national park and biosphere reserve.
Muri Gishwati na Mukura ni ahantu heza, ni parike nziza, ni parike nshyashya, ni parike itarasurwa na benshi kuko ivutse vuba cyangwa bayihaye uburenganzira bwo gusurwa na ba mukerarugendo vuba kuko twatangiye umwaka ushize ku itariki ya mbere z'ukwa 12. Kuva icyo gihe kugeza uyu munsi ba mukerarugendo bishimira byinshi dufite muri iri shyamba. Dufitemo inyamaswa zigizwe n'impundu cyangwa chimpanzee, dufitemo golden monkeys, dufitemo mountain monkeys, tugizemo n'amoko menshi y'inyoni atandukanye kandi meza, ndetse tukagira imigezi myinshi kandi myiza nayo, tukagiramo ibiti byiza byinshi cyane nabyo, ndetse bigira imbuto n'indabo byiza bitunga cyangwa by'ibiryo by'ibanze bya chimpanzee cyangwa impundu. Hanyuma tukagira n'amasumo. Muri iri shyamba harimo amasumo abiri, harimo iryitwa Rushubi waterfall, hakabamo n'irindi ryitwa Kazeneza waterfall, ari byo bikunze kwakira cyane cyane cyangwa gutuma bikurura ba mukerarugendo cyane.
Le parc national Gishwati Mukura a été récemment nommé par l'UNESCO comme une réserve de biosphère. Cela fait suite à une autre nomination du parc national des volcans qui, en 1983, avait été aussi nommé comme une réserve de biosphère. Le Rwanda dispose donc de deux réserves de biosphère, une double nomination après de Gishwati Mukura, après la nomination du parc national des volcans. Ça vient du moins confirmer nos politiques au niveau des politiques de conservation au niveau national et même les politiques de tourisme. Ça vient confirmer que nous sommes dans la bonne voie pour la gestion durable de nos ressources naturelles.
Today, we are also collaborating with different institutions, local government institutions, but also private conservation partners. For example, we have a collaboration framework with wilderness safaris who are also keen to support the conservation initiatives that has been put in place by the government.
At Gishwati, we signed an agreement with the Rwandan Development Board, and our aim is to achieve sustainable commercial benefits for the custodians of Gishwati, and that is the Rwandan Development Board and the surrounding communities, and that is our aim. What we are currently doing at Gishwati is developing the tourism product up to a level that in time we make the decision to create a high-end lodge at Gishwati. Being involved so closely in protecting and conserving a national park in a country, that creates a lot of commitment and a lot of enthusiasm within wilderness safaris.
Murakaza neza mu karere ka Rutsiro, twishimiye kubagaragariza uburyo tubungabunga parike y'igihugu ya Gishwati Mukura. Umuturage utuye hano by'umwihariko ku nkengero zaryo arishimira ko atagitunzwe no kujya guhiga nk'uko mbere byakorwaga, ahubwo umusaruro akuye mu mpande zayo ari ubuhinzi umufasha abona uburyo bugurisha ku buryo bumworoheye.
Twabaga mu ishyamba rya Gishwati, tutunzwe n'ubuhura ndetse n'ubucyo. Hariya uko muhareba hameze kuriya, duhari turi imiryango 8. Turasangira twese tugahuriza hamwe, nta kibazo cyo dufite.
Harabishimiye ko batujwe, harabishimiye ko babona akazi, hari n'abishimira ko ishyamba ribungabunzwe ritacyangirika.
To introduce the next group of distinguished namers, please welcome Rwandan TV host Anita Pendo.
Muraho banyarwandakazi, mu gihe abanyarwanda ndetse n'isi yose muri rusange twari dutegereje ikirori cyo kwita izina, bamwe mu rubyiruko rw'u Rwanda rwatoranijwe kugira ngo nabo babe bari muri iki gikorwa. Twagize ibirori byiza pe, mwumvisha amazina y'ingirakamaro afite ibisobanuro byiza, akaba ari nayo mpamvu tubabwira ko amazina yatoranijwe n'abantu barobanuwe bo ku mpande zose zitandukanye z'isi. Turimo kwizihiza, twishimira, tunakira abanyamuryango basha mu muryango w'ingagi. Akaba ari nayo mpamvu dukomeje gushimira n'urubyiruko rushiramo imbaraga mu kugira ngo dukomeze no kurwanya icyorezo COVID-19. Urwo rubyiruko rero rukaba runejejwe no kuba ruri muri iki gikorwa, ndetse rugaragaza ko n'ejo hazaza h'igihugu cyacu ari heza. Babikora mu buryo butandukanye, haba mu buryo bw'ibihangano byabo bitangaje, ndetse bakaba ari n'imbere mu ikoranabuhanga ridufasha kugira ngo urusobe rw'ibinyabuzima rubungabungirwe umutekano. Aba kandi akaba ari nabo barimo gutsindira ibihembo mu guhagararira igihugu cyacu ku rwego rw'isi. Akaba ari nayo mpamvu dukwiye kwishimira urubyiruko rwubaka igihugu, tukaba dukwiye no kubigiraho.
Muraho, nitwa Mahoro Jean d'Arc, nkaba ndi umukorerabushake mu bijyanye no kurwanya ndetse no gukumira icyorezo cya coronavirus.
Nitwa Alphonsine Nibamugeni, nkaba ndi umujyanama w'ubuzima.
Tunejejwe cyane n'uyu munsi mu birori byo kwita izina abana b'ingagi.
Umwana tugiye kwita nyina yitwa Ikaze, ni wo mu muryango wa musirikare. Tukaba duhisemo kumwita Mpanuro.
Izina Mpanuro twarihisemo tugamije gushimira ubuyobozi bw'igihugu cyacu butahwemye kuduhanura ndetse no kudukangurira kubungabunga ingagi ndetse n'ibindi binyabuzima.
Dukomeze twumve impanuro nziza kandi tuzubahirize.
Nitwa Clementine W'amahoro, nkaba ndi umwe mu bashinzwe kubungabunga urusobe rw'ibinyabuzima muri parike y'igihugu y'Akagera. Nejejwe cyane no kuba umwe mu bagira uruhare mu kwita izina abana b'ingagi ku nshuro ya 17. Umwana ngiye kwita ni wo mu muryango wa Muhoza, akaba afite nyina umubyara witwa Inkubito, nkaba namwise Kunda Umurimo. Iri zina Kunda Umurimo narihisemo ngamije gushishikariza urubyiruko rw'ejo hazaza kwitabira ndetse no kwitangira kubungabunga urusobe rw'ibinyabuzima ndetse no kurinda uwo murage. Kwita izina bitwibutsa ko ari inshingano yacu twese kubungabunga urusobe rw'ibinyabuzima ndetse n'ibidukikije muri rusange, kuko ari umurage tuzasigira abadukomokaho. Murakoze.
Nitwa Itahiwacu Bruce, nkaba nzwi ku mazina ya Bruce Melody. Ndi umuhanzi w'umuziki nyarwanda. Nishimiye cyane uyu munsi wo kwita izina abana b'ingagi ku nshuro ya 17. Umwana w'umuhungu ugiye kwita izina, nyina yitwa Nzeri, akaba aturuka mu muryango witwa Kureba. Nahisemo kumwita Kabeho mu rwego rwo kumwaturiraho ibyiza, ubuzima buzira umuze kandi bwiza. Nzishimira cyane kujya gusura Kabeho muri parike y'Ibirunga. Yuhu!
Wow, amazina hawe abana b'ingagi ni amazina meza, ashimishije, anakomeye. Mu muco wacu kwita umwana izina no kwiyemeza kumushyigikira no kumufasha kujya mbere. Sinshidikanya rero ko abana biswe uyu munsi bazakurira mu murongo w'amazina bahawe. Aka kanya munyemerere twakire itorero intayoberana babinyujije mu mbyino, bagiye kudufasha kwishimira uyu munsi banatugaragariza impamvu umuco wo kwita ku ngagi dukwiriye kuwusigasira no mu bihe bizaza. Intayoberana.
Ahona kuma kivu bujego bishobogira imwe. Yani ruhamera na kuri nani ndakebera. Aho tuzabe rwihokuze. Hano no hamaze kire bakanyirwa. Hone cyanyira mu komake ruhari. Hone ko barugo baravuga n'ibigabo. Aho nane hoye.
Next, we have a short video highlighting the importance of the One Health approach in Rwanda's conservation efforts.
Today I'm here in the Mahoro group. I came to perform a routine health monitoring visit. So I came to assess the overall health of the group members. I want to assess each and every individual in the group. So I started with Blackback Verwa. He's a mature male, but he's turning a silverback soon.
All health is intertwined. Domestic animal health, environmental health, wildlife health, and human health. So we want to see health in that paradigm.
So I come here at least once every month for a routine visual health assessment, and I do this for each group at least once every month. In addition to that, we do also health monitoring for reported clinical conditions. I can come here as often as possible depending on reported clinical cases.
One Health hano uko tuyikora twese umugambi no kubungabunga iyi parike, yaba inyamaswa, yaba twebwe abakozi, yaba n'abaturage bayikikije. Icyo twitaho cyane cyane ni prevention, indwara zose zishobora kwadukira abantu.
Since the pandemic, there is no any wildlife and any mountain gorilla that have been detected positive for COVID-19. We know that some of the respiratory pathogens. It can be transmitted from humans to gorillas or from gorillas to humans. What we do is to put in place preventive measures. So with that, our veterinary team is always on alert, is always there to observe those and to treat, to intervene.
So this is a gorilla feces. We just found it in the group trail. These very useful diagnostic materials. Occasionally we do take samples to understand the group's health status.
This is our storage room. As you can see, so many freezers. We have what we call deep freezers, which is -80 degrees Celsius, that we use for storing samples.
We know any infection, if it comes to the gorillas, can come to people. From people, it can go to the gorillas, or vice versa. So we can't sort of in one species and leave the other, because they are living in the same ecosystem, and that's what the belief in One Health is all about. We believe in a collaboration where we want to work with medical people, with environmentalists, with the politicians. It brings everybody on board to solve any pending issue.
Joining us from London, please welcome award-winning choreographer and dancer Sherry Silva.
Hi everyone, it's Sherry Silva coming to you from London. What an amazing celebration of conservation and such beautiful names for Rwanda's newborn gorillas. When I'm not dancing or choreographing, I love to spend time in nature, and there's no better place to connect with Mother Nature than in Rwanda. You guessed it. I was honored to name a baby gorilla myself 2 years ago. On the day before the ceremony, I actually took my mom on a hike to meet the baby gorilla that I would be naming. And it was a tough trek through the rainforest, but an incredibly life-changing experience for both of us. That year, the baby gorilla that I named was the only infant born into the Sousa family. So I chose the name Ibirori, which means celebrations. This was because of Ibirori's very hyper character. The namers you're about to meet and celebrate are celebrated leaders in the field of conservation and wildlife protection. Through their amazing work, they are protecting our planet's incredible biodiversity and fighting climate change. They are creating wilderness spaces for the giant species of our planet and bringing together bright minds to solve the conservation challenges of our time. They are leading teams of vets, monitoring the health of mountain gorillas and keeping them safe during the pandemic. They are also storytellers, revealing remarkable details of incredible flora and fauna in all corners of the globe. They are stories told through images captured from just a few footsteps away to high above in the sky. Just like the baby gorilla that I named, let's celebrate the names they give to this year's newborn mountain gorillas. Happy kwita IZINA!
Hello everyone, and happy World Gorilla Day. Muraho to my friends in Rwanda. I am absolutely honored to be part of today's kwita IZINA ceremony, where I'll be naming a baby gorilla from the Kwitondo family. And I'm going to call this baby Itrumbi, which means habitat. And that signifies the importance of the Virunga Mountains, which are spread across DRC, Uganda, and of course Rwanda, and are the last place in the world you can still find mountain gorillas. And this was, of course, the first national park created in Africa back in 1925. Every single occasion that a baby gorilla is born signifies hope and the ability of people to conserve nature. They come together and work at it. And so that's why I'm so excited about Itrumbi. I can't wait to meet him in the wild in Rwanda very soon.
Congratulations on your 2021 Kwita IZINA ceremony. And thank you for all that you do to ensure that the mountain gorillas are here for the world to enjoy, now and in the future. Thank you also for the honor of naming a baby gorilla. The baby girl gorilla I have the honor of naming was born into the Titus family, one of the historic families in Volcanoes National Park. Until her birth, her mother, Karudi, was the only female in the Titus family. Her birth ensures that the lineage of the Titus family will continue. For that reason, her name is Nunchunguye, which means rescuer. And how appropriate, since the mission of gorilla doctors is to rescue gorillas. I hope to see her next March when I visit Rwanda.
It is a great pleasure for me to name a baby gorilla in this year's Kwita IZINA 2021 ceremony. The name I've chosen to give the baby born from mother Makuba of a Kurayama family is Injishi. The name Injishi, to mean sacred time, symbolizes the immeasurable value accorded to the baby gorilla. I'm informed that Injishi in the Rwandan traditional describes a rope or net used to tie, bind, or carry sacred cultural tools. I can't wait to visit Rwanda and see baby Injishi and the whole Kurayama family in their natural habitat in Volcanoes National Park. Murayakosi Siane. It will be a great pleasure to go back once more to Volcano National Park, where I walked into the forest around 15 years ago. I was extremely impressed by the gorilla naming ceremony, and it's something that I carry deep into my heart. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to name a baby gorilla in this year's Kwita IZINA ceremony. The name I'm giving the baby is Urasovi. He is from the Kwitonda family. Urasovi means diversity, and the name symbolizes the recognition of Rwanda's rich biological diversity. That, of course, includes these majestic mountain gorillas. I can't wait to visit Rwanda again. I've been there so many times, and see the baby Urasavi in his natural habitat in the tremendous Volcanoes National Park. It will be a thrill, and it will be so exciting to come back to this wonderful country.
Raho Namahoro. I'm sorry I can't be there in person, so instead I'm sending this message to you. World Gorilla Day is an opportunity to celebrate gorillas and to raise awareness for gorilla conservation. As president of the Society for Conservation Biology, I think about our members in Africa who are scientists working at field research sites and who study the gorillas and the habitats on which they depend. I also think about the rangers and park managers who protect the gorillas and their habitats to ensure their populations remain viable. On this special day, I'm honored to name a baby gorilla in this year's Kwita IZINA ceremony. The name I'm giving the baby is Mugwiri, from the Hirawa family. Mugwiri means reproduce and is a name given to celebrate the growing numbers of mountain gorillas and to promote a safe and conducive environment for them to thrive. The expansion of the Volcanoes National Park is expected to positively impact the livelihoods of gorillas, the community, and conservation as a whole. I can't wait to visit remarkable Rwanda in 2023 with the Society for Conservation Biology, when our members will gather there for the International Congress for Conservation Biology to discuss conservation science and practice and how we can work together to conserve gorillas for future generations to see. And when I'm there, I hope to see baby Mugwiri in his natural habitat in the Volcanoes National Park. Thank you and have a nice day.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Yann Arthus Bertrand. Je suis très heureux de donner un nom à un bébé gorille à l'occasion du Kwita IZINA 2021. Le nom de ce bébé qu'on lui donne, c'est Iriba Giza. Sa maman s'appelle Nézerwa et fait partie de la famille Amaoro. Ce nom veut dire joli, car c'est un très joli bébé gorille. joli comme le pays, comme les montagnes, comme les gorilles. Et si vous n'avez jamais été au Rwanda voir les gorilles, je vous conseille d'y aller. C'est un pays magnifique. Allez voir les gorilles, bien sûr, en respectant les règles de sécurité et d'approche de ces animaux sauvages. Je voulais aussi dire 12 vies à Ira Bagiza, et j'espère qu'un jour, je pourrai donner un nom à son futur bébé. Je vous embrasse, à très bientôt.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aerial Ways and Juno Kizigenza.
Iteka mvuga ko ngukunda sinyibasha kubigira ibanga baby. Wow, wow. I choose you and I choose you over and over without a bound. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Sometimes I look at you and I wonder how I got to be so damn lucky. Nagukunda bidasanzwe. Sometimes I look at you and I wonder how I got to be so damn lucky. Hey, nagukunda bidasanzwe. In crazy life I go die for you. Big time love I have for you. Dembona bidasanzwe, oh mi amor, je t'adore. Oui, ton amour c'est ma vie, oui. Et mon devoir c'est la vivre. I need you like medicine, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. Avant de katira jana na ways. Ni low kitu za mikora kwa je. Ninye vibration muri nation, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even if the sun switch places with the moon and the sky comes down to the ground with us, even if the rivers of the earth went dry and seas and lakes went bad and die, we'll never be back. We'll never be back. We'll never be back. Yeah, yeah. We'll never be back. We'll never be back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, when I look at you right there, you make me want me nothing. I feel like home. Hey, hey. You know when I see how you love me, I can't do anything just to prove you that my fancy go away, away. Would you go away with me? Away, away. All time I hide these things, now I don't know. Sinshaka kugenda ni wowe utumanuza, wowe utumangunda, iturumurira, yeah, yeah.
Sinzi uko wanshituye ndi bicu, omera ku byo twasezeranye. I don't know why, no I don't know why.
Now kunundeva you want me, yeah. Kundu kutabesha you love me. Tell me hard, I will never ever go. Oh, for your love, baby.
Oh, baby, I'll go stay my
for
life.
your love.
I'm gonna walk through your ways, baby.
For this love.
We're going to rock the city,
yeah, for the love.
no matter what they gonna
Will you
say.
take me away, yeah. Away, away.
So far away,
Away, away, away.
every time me on the bya yo matam. Oh yeah, shirambire nkabonze imitima, yeah. Wash your man kuri fem no burara. Go me chance kushonesha ndi mabara, yeah. In our time of breaking up and make up routine, I don't know why sinakuja kure. Kapata time, maybe you know how many girls I reject for you. You know I gave you my heart, please give me yours. Truth kutsukunda can never deceive ya. I'm always there for my baby, yeah. since go and shit to you and give it you. No matter good get twasezeranye. I don't know why. No, I don't know why.
Now kunundeba, you want me, yeah. Mundu kutabesha, you love me.
You better tell me,
I will never ever go. Oh, for your love, baby.
Oh yeah, I'll go stay my
for
life.
your love.
I'm gonna walk through your ways, baby.
For this love, baby.
We're gonna rock the city, baby.
For the love.
No matter what, you will take me so far away.
The next video elaborates on the expansion of the Volcanoes National Park for sustainable gorilla conservation and improved community livelihood.
Rwanda's mountain gorilla conservation is seen as a global conservation success story, and thanks to the government of Rwanda for keeping conservation policies among other top priorities. That has led to the population growth of about 26%, also bringing a change, a status quo change from critically endangered to endangered status. That also comes along with a conservation challenge, where we've noticed a trend of 90% of the closely monitored groups are sharing home ranges. And that brings about male-female injuries and high mortality rate. And that also hinders their population growth in the end.
Mountain gorillas are an amazing conservation success story. They are the only great apes that are increasing in the wild. But while their population is increasing, unfortunately, their habitat is not. And what we can see in our long-term data are the implications this has for their conservation overall. Gorilla families generally share their range with other gorilla families. 20 years ago, a gorilla family might expect to share 30 to 40% of their home range with maybe one or two other gorilla families. Now we're seeing in certain parts of the park that gorilla families have to share 100% of their range with as many as 5 or 6 other families. And the implications for this are considerable. Gorilla families are now running into each other a lot more. We know from our hormonal data that this can be incredibly stressful, which has implications for their long-term health. But even more importantly, when gorilla families run into each other, it can lead to injury and even death. Focusing on park expansion would help alleviate some of these challenges that the gorilla population is facing.
One approach that Rwanda is taking is proposing to expand Volcanoes National Park to be able to accommodate these species for more years, and then also making it better and improving their conservation status. We have done studies, especially the ecological study, that shows exactly where we need to expand, and then also a socio-economic impact assessment that shows how viable this project will be, and then also actually showing how the expansion is going to impact the communities as well as catering for their well-being. As globally conservation protected areas are shrinking, Rwanda is looking forward to increase the gorilla habitat that will actually contribute to the increment of about 23% to the Volcanoes National Park and 13% to the Virunga Massif as a landscape.
Aha mureba ni ho hari za hegitari 27 zongeye kuri Parike Nationale y'Ibirunga ku nkunga y'umuryango utegamiye kuri leta witwa African Wildlife Foundation. Izi hegitari rero zikaba zaratangiwe kongera gusubiranwa, aho ubu ngubu harimo guterwa ibiti gakondo bitandukanye, cyane cyane byiganjemo imigano nk'ibiryo bikunze gukoreshwa n'ingagi. Naho akaba ariho hazahererwa faze ya kabiri yo kwagura parike, aho tuzabona ibikorwa bitandukanye ndetse bigamije no kureba ya ntego ya kabiri y'uyu mushinga ariyo guteza imbere abaturage. Ibyo bikorwa rero tuzabona muri faze ya kabiri bikubiyemo ahazimurirwa abaturage mu midugudu y'icyitegererezo. Uwo mudugudu uzashyirwamo n'ibikorwa remezo bitandukanye, twavuga nka amashuri, ibitaro ndetse n'izindi serivisi abantu bakenera umunsi ku wundi, byose bizaba biri mu uwo mudugudu. Mw'icyo cyiciro cya kabiri ibikorwa by'ingenzi biteganyijwemo ni ukwagura parike kuri hegitari zigera kuri 450 ndetse no gufasha abaturage bahaturiye aho bazimurirwa mu midugudu ndetse bakanahabwa imishinga ibyara inyungu izabafasha kwiteza imbere. Mbere y'uko byose biba, ubu ngubu icyiciro twatangiriyeho nuko harimo gukorwa inyigo zizagenga ibyo bikorwa byose nagiye nsobanura. Harimo niyo twita Resettlement Action Plan, nayo izareba uburyo ingurane zizahabwa abazimurwa ahazashyirwa iki cyanya cya pariki, uburyo bizagenda, ese izakorwa ite kugira ngo bizagende neza kandi buri muturage abone ingurane ihwanye n'agaciro k'ibintu afite muri iki cyanya kizashyirwamo pariki.
Twatangiye duhabwa amafaranga inyungu iva muri parike 5%, ariko ubu ngubu barayongeye kuko ingagi zaravutse baduha 10%. Iyo nyungu iva muri parike icyo yadukoreye nuko twabonyemo amashuri, tubonamo mituweli, ubwisungane mu kwivuza, tubonamo inka, umushinga w'inka turawufite, bamaje kugera ku nka 1250 kandi ziri kubyara zikiturira n'abandi. Muri makeya icyo byatumariye nuko muri kubona n'imihanda abanyeshuri bariga hafi, kandi natwe twabonyemo gukora ubukorikori, dutwaza ba mukerarugendo imizigo iyo baje mu ishyamba. Muri makeya ku nyungu twari tuguwe neza. Icyo twebwe tubizeza tuzakora nk'abaturage nuko tuzasigasira aho tujishe igisabo, kandi noneho tugasigasira ibyo twagezeho kugira ngo bitahungabana. Icyo twifuza twebwe nk'abaturiye parike nuko RDB bakomeza kubungabunga ingagi zacu kuko zarabyaye. Soza nshimira leta y'ubumwe bw'abanyarwanda iyobowe na Paul Kagame na RDB kuko imishinga batugezaho ni myinshi kandi iracakomeje kugira ngo bazakomeze badusigasire, natwe dusigasire ibyo twagezeho. Murakoze.
What a display of our culture, and what a beautiful way to celebrate the mountain gorillas. Now, what's even more special about the performances we've just seen is that these are homegrown talent. Very creative young men and women who are groomed at one of Rwanda's leading creative institutions, the Nyundo School of Creative Arts and Music. Now, to share more about Rwanda's long-term conservation vision, as well as the long-term vision for sustainable tourism, please welcome Zephanie Niyonkuru, the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Rwanda Development Board.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Rwanda, Rwandans and friends of Rwanda, conservation partners, abadukurikiye mwese, greetings, muraho. Mu izina ry'urwego rw'igihugu rushinzwe kwihutisha iterambere, twishimiye ko muri kubana natwe muri ibirori byo kwita izina abana b'ingagi 24. Ni ibirori biri kuba ku nshuro ya 17, ndetse tubikora tunishimira ibyagezweho mu bukerarugendo no kubungabunga urusobe rw'ibinyabuzima. Nkuko mwabibonye muri video itambutse, kwagura parike bigamije gukomeza guha agaciro ibidukikije no kongera umusaruro bitanga. Bizagira kandi uruhare mu guhindura imibereho ndetse no kongera ubukungu bw'igihugu cyacu. Ikindi kandi binatange amahirwe mashya ku banyarwanda baturiye za parike. muranyemerera bitewe nuko turi gukurikirwa n'abantu bari mu mpande zinyanye z'isi nanashyiremo n'icyongereza kugira ngo bakomeze batwumve. Conservation and sustainability are at the heart of Rwanda's tourism industry. The more we invest in the nature, the greater the benefits. And this is exactly why Rwanda is building a tourism sector driven forward by eco-conscious and responsible experiences, and that supports our national vision to be a carbon neutral country by the year 2050. That is why the government of Rwanda has invested in tourism and also chose tourism as one of the priority sectors as we strive to recover our economy in the aftermath of COVID-19 pandemic. Through the country's Economic Recovery Fund, hotel owners and hospitality operators have been supported to access financing, to benefit from some tax relief measures, among other key incentives. As the tourism and events industries continue to recover, I wish to express my deep gratitude to the healthcare professionals who work day and night to prevent the spread of COVID-19 virus and keep Rwandans and our visitors safe. Thanks to you and our country's strong leadership and public health. Because of that, visitors to Rwanda experience our home hospitality and benefit from robust health and safety measures. This commitment to public health allowed Rwanda to successfully host some of the continental biggest sports events over the last 12 months. To name but a few, we hosted Basketball Africa League, and we hosted AfroBasket. We also hosted Africa Volleyball Championships, and clearly Rwanda is becoming a new home for sports on the continent, and we look forward to hosting more events, including the 2025 International Cycling Union Road World Championships. And as we look to the future, the expansion of the parks aims at creating ecological and economic value that will keep contributing to our economic development and also provide new opportunities to the communities living around national parks. Moreover, we have introduced new biodiversity law and a conservation master plan, and these are going to keep enabling communities to invest in conservation projects and also other innovative models. I wish to conclude by thanking everyone who has played a part in today's kwita IZINA ceremony, from our distinguished neighbors and special guests to our wonderful entertainers, MCs, partners, and park staff, and our guest of honor, His Excellency President Paul Kagame, for his commitment to conservation and special leadership and attention to tourism as a sector. And also, congratulations to the 24 baby gorillas that have been named today. I also thank everyone who has tuned in to watch today's ceremony from all the corners of the world. Thank you for celebrating with us. I invite you to visit Rwanda to explore many investment options available in tourism, in conservation, and other key sectors of our economy. We have a conducive environment for doing business, as well as incentives that help investors to generate strong positive returns from their investments. Thank you. A very happy kwita IZINA. Morakoze. Merci beaucoup. Obrigado.
To introduce our next group of namers, all the way from South Africa, please welcome television presenter, actor, and business entrepreneur, Masego Maps Maponyane.
Hey guys, it's Maps Mapunyani here from South Africa, and although I've been traveling quite a lot and been on the road, I'm actually currently in Milan in Italy. I wish I was still in Rwanda. I had an absolutely amazing time attending the Basketball Africa League and touring the country, and I definitely fell in love with Rwanda in every single way. I mean, Rwanda is a country that has it all: lush scenery, beautiful odes to history, and incredible hospitality, and it must be said, some of the most amazing people you'll ever encounter. But above all, it's a country of discovery and adventure, and if you've ever crossed the Canopy Walkway in Nyungwe National Park or tracked the mountain gorillas in Volcanoes National Park, you'll know exactly what I mean. Seeing the mountain gorillas in their natural habitat was one of the most amazing and mesmerizing experiences of my life, and it filled my heart and left me absolutely speechless. That's why it's such an honor for me to be a part of kwita IZINA and introduce some of this year's distinguished namers. The extraordinary people who are about to name baby gorillas are championing Africa through sport and creating new opportunities for the athletes of today and tomorrow. They're leading programs to improve the health and well-being of every single person on the planet. They're investing in our continent's greatest resource, our young people, and bringing people together through trade, through travel, and through diplomacy. Let's find out what names they have chosen, and big love to you all and to Rwanda's mountain gorillas and their guardians. I think I'll be seeing you very soon.
Hello everyone, Muraho. I'm honored to name a baby gorilla for this year's kwita IZINA ceremony. The baby I'll be naming comes from the Igisha family, and the name I'm giving him is Umusingi. This name signifies foundation and is here attributed to a baby gorilla to praise mountain gorilla conservation, which is the heart of Rwanda's tourism industry and contributes significantly to Rwanda's economic development. I can't wait to meet baby Umusingi in his natural habitat in the Volcanoes National Park.
Muraho. I'm honored to name a baby gorilla for this year's kwita IZINA ceremony. The baby I will be naming comes from the Pablo family, and the name I am giving him is Rudakagora. This name means resilient and is hereby attributed to a baby gorilla to celebrate the determination and the bravery of the Rwandan people. I can't wait to visit Rwanda and meet baby Rudakagora in his natural habitat in Volcanoes National Park. I believe that we have to take care of the things that are most important to us, and there is no doubt that these gorillas are a precious gift to us. And I commend the Rwandan people for their conservation efforts and for raising awareness of this important initiative and effort. And so thank you again. I look forward to revisiting Rwanda and meeting baby Rudakagora, and I appreciate the honor.
Muraho. I'm honored to name a baby gorilla in this year's kwita IZINA ceremony. The name I'm giving the baby is Mubjeyi. She is from the Kureba family. Mubjeyi means mother, and the name symbolizes the efforts of the gorilla mothers in raising their offsprings. The survival of gorilla infants depends largely on the care and nurture from their mothers. I can't wait to visit Rwanda and see baby Mubjeyi in her natural habitat in the Volcanoes National Park. Mountain gorillas like Mubjeyi are remarkable, intelligent creatures that help us reflect on our humanity and the beauty of the natural world around us. This World Gorilla Day, I would like to thank the communities, researchers, conservationists, and many others in Rwanda working to protect these majestic animals. Murakoze cyane.
Hello everyone, Muraho. I'm honored to name a baby gorilla in this year's kwita IZINA ceremony. The name I'm giving the baby is Biruka from the Igisha family. Biruka means flourish, and the name is given to wish growth and health to the new infant and the family in general. I can't wait to visit Rwanda again and see baby Beruka in his natural habitat in the Volcanoes National Park. I had the opportunity to visit the Volcanoes National Park in 2018, and it was a life-changing experience. I applaud Rwanda and the amazing gorilla conservation project that you have worked on so hard for the past 20 years. It is amazing to see the results of your efforts, and I cannot wait to visit again. Congratulations to everybody involved in the conservation project and in today's ceremony.
Hello everyone, Muraho. I'm so thrilled to participate in this time-honored tradition, this year's Kwita IZINA ceremony. Today I'm just excited to be able to name a baby gorilla from the Sabinho family. His name is Zigama, and it means savings. It's such a simple word, and yet it is so important. As we know, living through difficult times, it's so important that we promote a savings culture. Savings, what does that mean? It means thinking beyond today. It's about planning for tomorrow and the future. It's about storing hope. And that goes to the heart of conservation, which is about safeguarding our natural resources, our natural treasures, and ensuring that they endure into the future. This is why I'm so happy to join with all of you and to be optimistic about a sustainable future. Let me also thank the government of Rwanda and all of our conservation partners for safeguarding our planet and protecting our national treasures, including the mountain gorillas. I can't wait to visit baby Zigama when I'm next at the Volcanoes National Park. Thank you.
I'm very happy to name a baby gorilla in this year's Kwita IZINA ceremony. The baby I will be naming comes from the Irwa family, and the name I will be giving is Iratuje. The name means peaceful, and this very well reflects the nature of his mother, Umutoja, who calmly integrated into the Irwa family after being transferred from another group back in 2020. I proudly represent the European Union in Rwanda. We are developing a comprehensive and ambitious strategy, forging new partnerships, putting forward new ideas to put the protection of biodiversity and conservation at the center of our ambitions, of our actions and our policies. I'm very happy to join the government, the people of Rwanda, and the broader international conservation community on this occasion. And it's a timely opportunity not only to celebrate, but also to commit, taking concrete actions to protect these fabulous creatures. Baby Iratuje, this is a special message for you. Today I feel blessed. Your name also very well reflects the nature of your godfather. I cannot wait to visit again the Volcanoes National Park, and I look forward to meeting you, your family and the staff working at the park. I wish you from the bottom of my heart a long life filled with joy and goodness. Happy Gorilla Day.
Ici c'est Paris, hein?
No, Sandrine, come on, you Gunners. But what we can definitely both agree on is that this is about Visit Rwanda.
Nibyo rwose, nibyo ayo makipe yose afite icyo ahuriyeho. Mu myaka mike ishize u Rwanda rwagiranye amasezerano y'ubufatanye n'amakipe abiri y'umupira w'amaguru akomeye ku isi. Ayo nta yandi ni Arsenal na Paris Saint-Germain. Binyuze rero muri ubwo bufatanye bushya, ubukerarugendo bw'u Rwanda bwateye imbere, ndetse u Rwanda rumenyekana mu mamiliyoni n'amamiliyoni y'abatuye isi.
Indeed, Sandrine, and both Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain have become more than just partners over just the last few years. They are, as we say in Kinyarwanda, inshuti nyanshuti, great friends. And that is why I'm so excited to introduce our final group of namers. The sportsmen who join us today are playing at the pinnacle of their sport. They inspire passion, joy, and devotion in millions of fans all over the world.
Nukuri mfite amatsiko menshi ndibwira ko nawe udukurikiye ari uko yo kumenya amazina bahisemo.
Hello everyone, Muraho. I'm honored to name a baby gorilla for this year's Kwita IZINA ceremony. The baby I'll be naming comes from the Pablo family, and the name I am giving her is Kura, which means rise, and is given to bestow wishes of health and strength to the baby gorilla, which is the firstborn to its mother, Janama. I look forward to visiting Rwanda and to meet the baby Kura in her home in Volcanoes National Park.
Hola a todos, Morao.
Bonjour à tous, Morao.
Nous avons l'honneur
Nombrar a 3 bebés gorilas
en esta ceremonia de kwita IZINA.
Le premier gorille que nous baptisons descend de la famille Zimbi.
Y para él escogimos el nombre Ingeri.
Cela veut dire troupeau supérieur.
Lo atribuimos a un bebé gorila
pour illustrer sa singularité
y su personalidad valiente. Le deuxième bébé gorille que nous baptisons descend de la famille Muoza.
Y escogimos para él el nombre Jongore.
Cela veut dire élégance.
Se atribuye a un bebé gorila para subrayar la espléndida belleza del gorila de la montaña.
L'espèce emblématique du Parc National de Volcans.
El tercer gorila que bautizamos hoy es de la familia Musilicale y escogimos para él el nombre de Mudasumbwa, que significa excepcional. Se atribuye a un bebé gorila para subrayar su naturaleza potente, como una de las especies más queridas y respetadas.
Estamos muy ansiosos
por visitar Ruanda
et de rencontrer les 3 bébés gorilles
dans leur habitat naturel au Parc National des Volcans. Gracias, Murakose.
Murakose.
zacu zo muri Arsenal mwakoze cyane inshuti zo muri Paris Saint-Germain aka kanya rero munyemerere twakire umushyitsi mukuru nta wundi ni nyakubahwa perezida wa Repubulika Paul Kagame atugezeho impanuro yaduteguriye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to join you for this year's kwita IZINA ceremony. The success of gorilla conservation in Rwanda shows the good that can be achieved through active community participation and the right partnerships. I wish to thank all our collaborators in Rwanda and around the world for sustaining this excellent work over the years. The COVID pandemic has affected the way we celebrate kwita IZINA. But I'm happy to see so many partners and friends joining us today virtually to continue this tradition. A warm welcome also to those who have traveled from afar to participate. Because of the pandemic, there has been a drop in the number of visitors across Rwanda. But the important work of conservation has continued. This includes the Tourism Revenue Sharing Program, which continues to finance valuable projects benefiting the communities around our parks. As visitors return, they will have the remarkable experiences that match their high expectations. The government of Rwanda will continue to invest in the hospitality sector, both to drive economic growth and preserve our unique natural attractions for generations to come. We are testing and vaccinating as many people as possible to ensure that both Rwandans and visitors stay healthy. Our aim is to ensure that Rwanda remains a safe and inviting destination. Once again, I thank you for your participation in today's celebration, and I look forward to seeing you next year in Musanze. Murakoze.
Tugeze ku musozo w'umuhango wacu wo kwita izina w'uyu mwaka. Turashimiye mwese bitabiriye ibi birori byo kwishimira ingagi zacu zo mu misozi miremire. Tunabashimira mwese abadahwema gushyiramo imbaraga mu kugira ngo umutekano wazo ukomeze usugire. Ni inshingano yacu twese kwita ku rusobe rw'ibinyabuzima duharanira kubungabunga ibirukuyemo byose.
What an incredible journey we have just been on. We are very grateful to everyone who has taken part and made this ceremony possible. Thank you for joining us to give Rwanda's newest gorillas the value they truly deserve and to celebrate conservation. We hope you will join us again next year and visit Volcanoes National Park to meet some of the mountain gorillas that were named today on their home turf. We now leave you with a very special message of conservation and to introduce you to the newest member of Rwanda's gorilla family.
Nibyo rwose nongere mbashimire mugire umunsi mwiza wo kwita izina mukomeze munogerwe n'umunsi mpuzamahanga wo kwita ku ngagi umugoroba mwiza.
Always good. Always good.
Here we go.
Patient.
It's fine here.
Go a bit more left. By buying a Visit Rwanda Arsenal gorilla toy, you are supporting mountain gorilla conservation in Rwanda and the expansion of gorillas' habitat.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah!
Woo! How are you gonna name it?
Let's call it Gunner.
Yes! Yes! I'm gonna name it Rondito.
Oh, yes! Come on! Pablito, so welcome to the new world.
Do you think the kids are gonna like it?
They're gonna love it.
Ingagi,